Alright, we'll give it just a couple minutes. I'm getting ready to start my next video. What I'm going to talk about today is a little bit more about the bidding, so you understand what it is, how the bids are, a little more about how the bids are done the way they are. Because I know, everybody wants control of their bid, and before we had that. But you need to understand how the bidding process works and why bids basically cost more on some keywords. And it has a lot to do with the wording you use in your titles and your tags, as far as how the bids are affected. And first you got to understand that, to kind of get an idea of why the bidding price goes higher. Now, I don't know that I can understand why they charge more bid, but I don't know that it's fair, and I don't know that it's necessary to do that. I guess they think it is. It's kind of the law of supply and demand for the ad space. It's basically like, say even in a town, and you're trying to put an ad on a billboard, and you want the best billboard in town for your ad, because you want more customers driving by there to see your ad every day, right? So what happens is the advertising company knows this road with this billboard has more customers that drive by it, every day. So your potentials for the customer you're trying to reach is higher on that road, because so many more people drive that road every day. So they're going to charge more for your ad to be on that billboard than they do for the ad to be on a billboard on a different road, but where there's not as much traffic on a daily basis. And that is how this works for your ads online, the same way. Where there's more traffic, they naturally decide to, there's more competition for the space, because they can only fit so many ads in the space, and there's more competition for that ad space. So they charge a higher price for it. Fair to us? Not really, but that's what they do. It's just business, y'all. I mean, it's plain and simple. It is, it's just how they do business. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to get a little more in depth than that. And I'm going to get this set up. And I don't know, I'm kind of giving it a minute to see how many people join us. But this is going to be saved and put on the YouTube channel for everybody to see also. Because currently I can't tell, honestly, y'all, if anybody's looking at it or not. So I don't know when people join in. I'll have to kind of wait and see. I'm trying to get it where I can see if anybody has questions or not. So give me just a second more. To get that going. Okay. And if anybody joins in and has a question, just type it in, and I should see your message so I can answer you, okay? So what I've got looking at here first is the ad bids. High competition words versus low competition keywords. So in doing our research on eRank and trying to fix titles and tags, there's always been a debate on, should I use high words or low words? Okay, so I personally always go with high. For the most part, I try to put a mix of high and medium. I don't use a lot of low competition keywords, and there's a reason for that. High competition wordings, if it shows high competition, I'm not going for it because it has high competition, because we would like not to have as much competition competing for the wording. But unfortunately, what you are looking at is not the competition, but you're looking for the engagement and the view scores when you're checking your keywords on eRank. And engagement scores and view scores are, if you were looking for high views, does that wording pull a lot of views, a lot of people searching for it, and it getting a lot of views every day or every month? And also, is the engagement with that wording high? What you will find is, if you're going with wording that has high views and high engagement, a lot of the time it is also high competition wording. And it's high competition wording because your competitors have also found that that wording gets a lot of people searching for it, and it gets a lot of views and a lot of engagement. Now, some things like one words, like jewelry, or shoes, simple one word tags will be high views, high engagement, but it's not focused enough on what you are selling to be a good keyword to use alone. That's why we use long tail keywords. You would use a blue running shoe, or pink baby blanket, or something like that, to make it more focused on the exact item you're selling. Like mine would be 4-layered mother's necklace with kids' names. Tells exactly what it is. It's a 4-layer necklace, and it's made for mom, and it has her children's names on it. So it's more focused. It's also a high search thing because people will search for mother's necklace, necklace with kids' names, and a 4-layer necklace. All of those separate components in my long keyword phrase are higher searched things that are made into one phrase. So the whole phrase itself is going to pull higher competition, higher views, higher engagement, which is also going to lead to a higher cost per click bid. When there are higher views, when there's more people searching for the wording, that cost per click bid to get you seen for that wording and get your ad in front of a customer with that wording goes up, because your ad is like being on the billboard in town that has the most traffic. Your ad is going into a search that has a lot of traffic because a lot of people are searching for that wording, and that's why the price goes up. Now, you can put a low bid on your thing before. You could put a low cost per click for that wording, but did it mean your ad actually got in front of the customers where they saw it? No, it didn't. It meant your ad would run for that search, but it might be at the very, very back of that search, where customers may or may not have ever looked that far back to see your ad. What would happen a lot of time with low cost per click bids is your ad would get seen at an odd time of day when there wasn't as much traffic. And it would get shown, say, in the middle of the night, because your competition that was using auto bid their money had been used up earlier in the day because they hit their ads being shown when there was more customers looking for it. There was a higher chance of them getting a sale during that time of day because more people were looking, and their ad was shown in front of more people. And so your ad ended up showing up during off times when there were fewer amount of customers. So your ad got moved to the street in town that less people traveled. It was still getting seen. You may still get sales there if the right customer happened by, but it wasn't in the peak time with the peak amount of customers where you had a higher chance of getting a sale. Also, what happens is if you have low competition or medium competition wording, and I should have put medium in there too, but that would be a lower cost per click. So you would have a high cost per click, a medium cost per click, and a low cost per click. Search areas. The medium, not as many people use it, so it doesn't cost quite as much for your ad to be seen in front of them. You know, that's like the side street where more people go because they're like going to a certain location. So the road the school's on, so a lot of people are going their day. It might not be the most traffic because it's only parents picking their kids up, but it gets a little more traffic than, say, a little city side street that every once in a while somebody goes down, which is where your low competition, lower views, lower engagement would be the little side street that nobody really goes down a lot. So it costs less to put your ad on that billboard. That's the same with the wording online. When less people use it, it costs less to be seen. So what would happen is if your ad had high competition wording, medium competition wording, and lower competition wording, it was only getting shown maybe in front of the medium, but if you set your bid too low, it was only getting shown in front of the low competition wording searches, where people searched the wording that was in your ad that wasn't used as frequently, not as many people searching it, and so that's where your ad ended up being seen, in front of where less customers were, or that medium range of customers, or if it got shown with the high competition wording, it was shown at off times of day. So you were still getting results from it, but you may not be getting the best results that you could have gotten had it been shown in front of more customers. So lower competition, lower views. Engagement wording means few. If you got lower views, lower engagement, there's fewer customers there. So the cost per click is lower, but the chance of a conversion of a sale is also lower in those searches. High competition, more views, more customers looking. It's also going to cost you more because you're getting in front of that high traffic where more people are looking. And technically, the way it goes, the feeling is, if you've got more customers looking, there's a greater chance of one of those customers, because there's more of them, converting into a sale. So that's why big business, they're going to charge you more to get seen in front of more people. So the cost per click bid goes up to be seen in front of more people. So, oops, sorry, let me go back around. I'm going to start again because I've lost my spot. Sorry. I'm going to go back to here. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. Oh, my Jesus. I'm going to get there. I was trying to get the little thing at the bottom one. So, I'm not back on the right page. Let me get back there, y'all. A little technical issue. We're going to go back to this. Oh, come on. I'll start over and click on through. Okay. So the next question is, people are asking, should I focus on my best sellers? The answer is no. You don't want to cut off the items in your shop that you've made good items, okay? You wouldn't have posted them if you didn't think they were good. You wouldn't have listed them as listings in your shop. Now, one of the reasons they may not be best sellers is they're not getting seen as well. Did you not use the best wording in your titles? Did you not use wording that's going to get you better views so it pulls up? Did you not link it to the style of jewelry you sell? You know, a lot of factors can factor into why it isn't a bestseller, why it's not getting seen and not getting sales. And so first thing you want to do is check that. I'm getting messages from customers, y'all. I'm sorry. But you want to check first the wording on the items that aren't your best sellers. Your best seller, you don't need to focus on that or even worry about that because it's already selling. It's your best seller. It's obviously got wording in it that's helping it get seen. It's converting well, so your photos and everything is good. So you don't need to spend extra ad dollars on it. You don't need to just take all your money and advertise the bestseller. The bestseller is going to get seen either way. Now, it's not a bad idea to advertise it, but if you're advertising it and you're trying to save money, then you should turn that one off. It's going to get seen in organic, natural searches on Etsy. It may even still get seen in the organic, natural searches on Google because its photo may show up more often. And you will get Google customers, and we're going to get into that again, is how the photos on Google get you customers that doesn't cost you anything in ads. You can get Google customers without spending a penny. But the bestseller is still going to get seen in both places, whether you spend money advertising it or not. So that's kind of a waste of your budget. Because that bestseller may be something people search for more often. It's going to pull up in front of them anyway. So you don't want to waste your ad dollars trying to get it seen better when it's already getting seen. So you've got to put that in your mind. You know, instead of thinking, it's my bestseller, I want to get it out there, your bestseller's already out there. So don't spend your money on that. Focus your ads on things like that maybe for some reason aren't getting seen as well. It could just be that in the overall ranking system, your bestseller ranks higher, so it shows up closer to the front of searches. So what you're trying to do is take the ones that aren't in the front of the searches and hopefully get them seen at the front with an ad. So you don't want to waste your money on the one that already gets seen. You want to put it on the one that's not showing up in the front so that it gets a chance to be seen in the front. If it's a good product, you know, you want to make sure it's getting seen and it could become a bestseller. So first you're going to go on eRank and you're going to check on your wording. Am I using the best wording that customers would use to get it pulled up in front of them first? And all of this ad thing makes it more and more important for us to use our best wording in our titles and our tags so that we are getting found by organic search and we don't have to depend on ads. I mean, that's basically where I'm going to be going with focusing on this, is how you're going to get seen based on your wording so you're not dependent on an ad as much and spending thousands of dollars on ads just to get seen. There's some situation when ads are necessary. In other situations, you can get around that and not have to spend so much on ad money. So you want to make sure that your wording is good first. Check that title. Check your engagements and your views on the wording you're using in that title so that it pulls you up in front of customers first. And then you're going to, once you know you've got good wording, that's when you're going to run the ad on that item. And I'll go in and show you, you know, for those that don't know, where the, where the, I'm going to get some water, y'all. And I'm afraid my train of thought just lost my head because I was about to cough. You're going to go in and check the wording, though, so that you know what wording that item's pulled for. And then you're going to go in and check the ads. And that's what I was thinking. I'm going to show you where you can go in this new system to cut ads off and on. And you're going to make sure that the ad for that item is actually turned on and the one for your bestseller is turned off. So your money's not wasted on getting a bestseller seen that's already been seen. You're going to go in and, check the ones that you have checked on. Hold on one second, y'all. You're going to check the ones that are good sellers, cut them off, and you're going to have your other ones turned on. Some people, run. I typically always ran all of mine, but now I'm refocusing. I'm not going to run to my best sellers because it's wasting my ad dollars the way they're doing now. So I want to focus my money on things that are not, because your goal is to get the one that's not been selling as well to a point where it is selling better and you can cut the ad off on it. So you're going to focus on your lower items, check your wording for that, and then hopefully you get your wording and your title and your tag so that it's getting seen more, gets a few more views, few more sales with the ads, and then you may be able to just cut the ad off on it and then go focus on the next item that you want to sell. And do it that way so you're not wasting money. So let's see. Let me go to the next one. So where should I focus my budget? You want to focus your budget on items that have not been getting views on their own. You're going to check those keywords, make sure how they pull up in a search. Make sure when you check the keywords that when you go to Etsy and do a search, it's your like item showing in front of the customer. Then you're going to run your ads on that. This didn't work. What's happening to my... Well, that is my last slide. I guess the why didn't just got off. But I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to show you on Etsy where to go to cut these ads off. So up here at the top, this is such a lot. I have had no orders from ads, people, since they switched me. I'm going to look at this for you while I'm right here. I'm trying to remember what day they switched me, but it was this, I think it was Monday. Hit apply. So I've had 76 clicks, good ad views, not one order from an ad during this time frame, and it's cost me $20. And that was running ads on everything I have. Bestsellers, I've run ads just like I always had because I was running ads before on everything. So what I'm going to do is change my advertised listings. I'm going to cut off the advertised listings on things that sell well already. Things that I know always get views and get good sales, that I'm not worried about whether it's showing up or not. I'm gonna cut that off. And I'm going to cut the ad off on those so I'm not wasting my money. I'm probably going to have to go back and research this a little more to do this so I know exactly what I want to cut off and own. I'm thinking what you're going to do so that you can make a decision on how you want to cut off and own is this. I'm going to go back and show you this. You're going to go back to your listings that you have, and you're going to check your stats. And you're going to look and see how many views have they gotten in the last 30 days or the last 6 months, basically. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to look at my view stats on this item. Now, if it's an item that you automatically know gets really great sales, then you're going to go ahead and cut it off. So this one, this item for this year has only had 6 visits. So it's not been getting really good views. So I'm not going to want to cut it off. But then, like, I'll show you a listing that I'm probably going to cut off. Would be one that's like been getting high sales. So I'm going to have to get off here in a second. So this one, I'm going to check at the stats on it. And if you find one that's like this, that has been getting this year lots of visits, lots of sales, lots of revenue, you're going to cut that ad off. You don't need to waste money advertising it. It's already getting seen. And so that's going to help you save money on your ad budget. I'm going to, let me check my time frame on here. I've been on 27 minutes now, so I'm going to go off now so that I can come back with my next topic on this. But that's what I wanted you to understand is how the bidding works, how the wording you use gets shown in different places, and that the way these, the powers that be decide how much they're going to charge you is based on how many potential views you might get during that time. So hence why the bidding wars are, why if you've been using a low cost per click and you are using wording in your titles that is good wording that technically should get you seen anywhere, the higher CPC is what you're going to have to get seen. So they're auto raising your cost per click bid to get you seen because of your higher competition wording. And they feel like you're going to get better sales using if they put you in that high search instead of a low search. So that's what's happening with your budget, and why it's costing you more is they auto bid you to use what they think it's going to take to put you in that higher competition search. So that's why you're finding it's costing me more than I thought it was going to cost, and my bid has been raised that much more. It's because the wording you're using takes a higher bid to get seen, especially on Google. So the next video I'm going to do is going to talk about the cost on Google versus the cost on Etsy, and why the cost is different, and the reason why most of us do not use Google Ads, and why we don't like Google Ads being a focus that they're putting our money towards now, and what is happening with our money with them doing that. Why it's going to cost you more if they're going to force us to have Google. So that's our next video coming up. I'm going to try to do that again a little bit later today, but I'm going to end this because with me putting these on YouTube, I don't want them to go too long. So I'm going to stop here, and then we'll come back in the next video in the series and focus a little more on what the difference is in my prices and why my money works better with Etsy ads than Google. So that's going to be our next coming up video. I'll see y'all again later.